In the past, hand-drawn animation was a costly, time-consuming process. In order to achieve a unique aesthetic different to live-action film, filmmakers began to develop different forms of animation. Silhouette animation was one of them. Silhouette animation imitated an early concept of cinema, Eastern shadow theaters. Complex figures were created utilizing a black cutout to create a simulated silhouette and often assembled using strings, paper fasteners, or thin wires for hinges for the animators to use to move the puppet. This animation was created using a precursor to the multiplane camera. The multiplane camera was a system of glass plates stacked on top of one another that could be individually manipulated. At the top was a stationary camera for capture. The puppets were placed on layered glass sheets, underlit by a light to achieve their desired shadow puppet look. This precursor to the multiplane camera also allowed the filmmakers to add dimension and depth to what is otherwise a flat form of animation. Like any hands-on animation process, despite the precautions taken, moving each piece was a delicate process. Each frame is captured one at a time by the camera, then delicately moved into the next position for the next frame. One of the first feature-length animated films was created using this technique. The Adventures of Prince Ahmed predated Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and even inspired the filmmakers of Snow White. At the time, it was almost unheard of for such a large-scope story to be told utilizing animation, but the fairy tale nature allowed for the complicated story to be told in an abstract, fantastical medium utilizing the puppet actors. One of the notable limitations of this form is the difficulty of close-ups and the lack of facial expression. Animators had to utilize the entire body of the puppet and have it act in a pantomime style to convey emotion. Despite this, silhouette animation can still convey the story and emotion to an audience, and though other modern styles have descended from it, silhouette animation is still used by some modern filmmakers. This form of animation laid the groundwork for an even better known form of animation, cut-out animation, where the silhouette is removed for more detailed, often fully colored puppets of various materials. These puppets make for more detailed facial expression and do not require the more pantomime acting of the silhouette puppets. The television show South Park was originally created with paper puppets, yet as of late their pipeline has moved on to the computer, which can mimic the desired tactile aesthetic. Yet both forms of animation are still utilized today as two more options in the vast library of animation mediums and aesthetics. That's all for today, kids. We hope you enjoyed this peek into the wonderful world of silhouette animation.